so I wanted to put this video together since we can't do a Zoom chat tonight, and I know that there's things that you guys have questions on, and me leaving Thursday, I want to be able to get you that information so that when I leave, you guys can be successful and not have to wait till I come back. So the first question that one of you guys had was the follow-up. You don't want to come across pushy. Okay, here's my rule of thumb with following up. So say that someone likes or comments on your post and wants to know information about your challenge group, okay? And you message them or they message you, and you have that first initial conversation like, hey, have you ever heard about Beachbody? Are you working with a coach? And they respond back and say, no, I don't have a coach. And then you send them information about the challenge group, and then they don't respond. What I do is I give them like 3 or 4 days, and then I follow up with a what we call an urgency follow-up. And I say something like, hey, I'm putting together my list for the group, and I want to make sure that I don't miss out on you. Are you still interested? And say that they look at that message and they don't respond. I don't follow up with them again. I let it go and move on. Their name still stays on my list for future challenges, because usually when someone says no, this is July and September or October, they come back. Or, later on in the year, they come back, and you can be following up with them every month after this month and just saying, if they ignore your message now, I would say in like September, message them and say, hey, I'm putting together a new group. I know it didn't work out before, but, I wanted to see if you would be interested in doing it now. And most people will jump at that and say, yeah, sorry, it just wasn't the right time for me. And they'll admit that to you. Say that they see that message and they say, yeah, I totally want to be a part of it. That you give them your email address and they still haven't ordered. That's when I throw in an incentive. I say, hey, I know that you know that in order to get your, first I would do it without an incentive. I would say, hey, I just want to give you a heads up. In order to be into the group and get your program on time, you want to make sure that you can order by July 31st. And then I would say something like, are you able to do that? And see what they say. If they say, yeah, I'm totally able to do that, then you're okay. Okay? They're not going to do it right away, but they will do it. And if it comes to like the 31st and they haven't ordered, I would respond to them and just say, hey, just wanted to remind you, I really don't want you to miss out on this opportunity. Okay, so you'll re-follow up with them. And if they're still dragging their feet, hopefully you have some backups. Okay, so don't depend on just that person. I would keep, even if you have like 6 people who say that they're going to order on the 31st, keep following up with more people. Okay, all right. Say that you follow up, and I'm trying to think of another type of follow-up. Say that they don't have it in their budget. Okay, and you're like, okay, if you offer the $25 off, usually if they say, it's just really expensive, I'll say, I totally get it. I totally had to go through the same exact thing. Would it help if I could give you $50 off? My coach is actually offering a $50 reimbursement for those people who order by July 31st. Is that something that you'd want to do? I really want you to be a part of this group. It's going to be a lot of fun. But more so like, it's going to be a lot of fun, smiley face, make it fun. And see what they say for that. If they say no, keep their name on your list, follow up with them the next month. Okay, the budget might work out at that point. Say they ignore your message. Okay, so if you've already followed up with them once and they've ignored it, like I said before, just let it go. Keep talking, because there's so many people, you guys, so many people. Like, look outside when you're like walking around the mall or a park or anywhere. There's people all over the place that are overweight that need our help. Okay, so if one person is ignoring you, it's their loss. It's totally their loss, because we're going to be helping so many people in this group. They'll come back. They will come back, okay? Don't get stressed out over like 1 or 2 people or however many people who are ignoring you. Just move on, because there's people out there that want your help. Let's see. New contacts. This is going to be the hardest one always. always, but it's up to you guys to keep reaching out to more people, okay? You can go on Instagram, you can go on Facebook, you can do face-to-face when you're out at like your kids' events, okay? Or if you're at your full-time job or whatever, push yourself out of your comfort zone. You're getting your nails done, talk to them about that. You're out shopping, talk to people. You're at the grocery store in the organic section and someone's right next to you reading a food label. Talk to them, okay? Because you're going to be pushing yourself out of your comfort zone, but you're going to be getting contacts. Okay. So there's so many different ways to do it. So it kind of almost stresses me out when people ask me about new contacts because there's so many different ways to do it. Okay. Like you just need to find what works for you and just do it. I have my like page. I pay for Facebook ads just to get people to my page. Are you looking at your friends? Look at your friends. Look at the mutual friends that you have. Have you connected with those mutual friends in a while? Maybe you should. Or if you click on someone's page, it says, the people you may know, add them and message them and say, hey, I hope you don't mind me adding you. I saw that we had Abby in common. How do you know Abby? Something like that. Okay? Contacts. Organization. Okay, so when you're using... when you're trying to follow up with people who are going to be in your challenge or coaching prospects or just that you're talking to every day, if I'm talking to people every single day, I don't put their name on a list, okay? I wait for them I ask them a question in our message. I always end with a question. And when they respond back to me, that's how we're keeping tabs on each other, okay? I'm not going to force a relationship because remember, this is about building relationships with people. If they don't want to be friends with me, that's okay. It's their loss, right? So with contacts for challenges or coaching or whatever, I use Google Docs. I put at the top. It's super simple. Keep it simple for yourself. I put the name, the date that we talked, where we talked. So was it from my profile page? Was it from my like page? Was it from my email? Was it from Instagram? Was it at the grocery store? Was it at CrossFit? Where was it? Okay. So I'll write down their name. And I will put a date to follow up with them, okay? And then say that we've talked about a 21-day fix challenge pack or a PIO challenge pack or something like that. Then I will follow up with them about that. I'll say, hey, just checking in, like 3 or 4 days later after we've initially talked about it. I'll say, hey, just following up, kind of like I said at the beginning of this video, in the same words, asking like, I wanted to make sure that you didn't miss the opportunity to be in this group. I would really love for you to be in it. There's a really great group of girls, yada, 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 sort of thing, okay? How to get them to fall in love with Beachbody. Okay, I got to keep going because I think it cuts me off at 10 minutes. Okay, how to get them to fall in love with Beachbody. Okay, that's going to happen naturally and organically. There's going to be some people who fall head over heels in love with it and want to coach. And then there's others that are just gonna be like, it's okay. You can't really force that one. But we are gonna give them the best experience in this August 4th challenge group so that they can fall in love with the group and they can fall in love with Beachbody. Okay, so you gotta be patient, but it will happen. Okay, and love free support, but don't want to spend. That's another one. If they don't want to use the $25 to $50, I still continue to help them one-on-one, and hopefully they'll see that I'm not just trying to sell them on something, and then in the future they will end up wanting to be a part of your challenge group. I know you might feel frustrated and feel like you're wasting your time because you're talking to them for free, but think back to the reason why you signed up as a coach. Yeah, we want Success Club points. We want to have people in this challenge group, but you signed up as a coach to help people, right? Okay, so don't let this Success Club kind of like fog your mind, okay? Because if you're talking to people and you're giving them advice, at least 5 people a day, kind of like I said on my call a couple weeks ago, then you're being a coach. You're doing things right, okay? And Success Club will happen. It'll happen organically if you're just talking to enough people every single day and giving them the opportunity to be a part of a challenge group. Are you inviting at least 10 people to the challenge group every single week? At least 10. I would shoot for 10 to 20. If you're not doing that, then you need to start doing it right now. We have, what's today, the 22nd? You've got like 9 days, I think. Yeah, 9 days to get Success Club 5 or higher. I have no doubt everyone in this group can do it, but you just have to believe you can do it, okay? If you need anything from me, until Thursday. I think we leave like Thursday at like 5. Use me as much as you can. All right, bye guys.